Thank you, Kevin. Well, the holiday season usually has some warm, feel-good movies to get you in the Christmas spirit. And one of these movies could do that just for you, but the other not so much. The man with a real opinion lets us know what he thought of the Letters and Krampus.
Hey everybody, I'm Geno Reynolds from The Real Opinion. This week on The Real Opinion, we'll be taking a look at two films whose subject matter together could be the start of a bad joke. The first is about how Mother Teresa became Mother Teresa. The other is a cautionary tale about what comes to town instead of Santa if you lose the Christmas spirit. Here are two films that you may want to consider or not consider checking out. First up is The Letters. This is an abridged history of how Mother Teresa became who she became. Through the words of a priest colleague, we hear how she took on the mission of helping the underprivileged and poor in India. While I commend her for her work in real life, I had a few issues with the film. Mother Teresa is made out to be almost too perfect. Sure, they talk about her lack of faith at times, but when any trouble arises in the film, she usually handles it without much, if any, effort. Also, the pacing of the film was way too slow. The story felt way too long and at times very repetitive. Also, at some points of the story, this felt like a campaign to get Mother Teresa her sainthood. Like I talked about a while back with the movie The 33, some real-life stories are better told in documentary form. Next up is Krampus. Man, I wanted to like this movie better. Now don't get me wrong, you can have a bit of a good time with this one, but it is not as awesome as it should have been. The humor was hit and miss. The horror aspect felt held back by the PG-13 rating. Also, this one took way too long to get to what did work, which was all the creatures trying to get into the house. In a way, it felt like what it would be like to be the security guard in the Five Nights at Freddy's game. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Another thing, when he finally came out of the shadows, I thought Krampus was going to look a lot cooler. Also, it's hard to root for characters that you really dislike. Worst part for me, even though it worked, I predicted the ending. This is a pretty simple and formulaic horror film whose idea could have led to so much more. Next time on The Real Opinion, we'll be talking about the movie that could end up being the best or worst Christmas gift ever. That's right, I'll be previewing arguably the most anticipated film of the year, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Until next time, I'm Geno Reynolds from The Real Opinion.